What's good, Elevators? It's your boy Elevation here with another episode of the JBP Elevated, where we speak on the Joe Budden podcast and all of his co-hosts on and off the pod. I'm not even mad at today's episode. It seemed like there was a cohesion that's normally non-existent up there, and I think this is a nice core of co-host. I am going to speak on Ish, though. There's been a noticeable shift on Ish. Ever since Joe finally called him out, actually called him out, you could tell it wasn't just COE, and said that he's grumpy all the time while he got the resting B face. Try to get better at not using that word. But yeah, Ish's energy has shifted. Maybe because he's gotten over the family stuff. Maybe because he has the boot off of his foot now and is able to walk. He's mobile again. But his energy seems up. He's telling jokes. The pod is much, 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 much better when the old head when the old head on the set is jovial, when he's in a good mood and in good spirits. Going forward, we're going to start to see a shift. Not a terrible shift or a negative shift. Joe's finally going to start incorporating different co-hosts on different days. This time, possibly, because he said it on the last Patreon, that Ice and Flip weren't going to be here, so I'm assuming that they had vacation or something already planned. But going forward, Joe is going to start mixing and matching to see who works best with who. Today's episode was a decent one. Like I said, the cohesion was there. The topics weren't really the best, but everybody seemingly had room to speak. And like I said, Ish was in good spirits, so the show went better. Mark, getting another story off. Joe is trying to slide his way into the Potter of the Month status, though, if you haven't noticed. Because Mark let it be known that he was battling depression when everybody was questioning him about the Red Bulls. And now Joe just let it out when they were talking about what Ananda could or could have not done differently regarding her death. Joe said that he was battling depression, and he was adamant about it. Serious, like, oh shit. So depression and mental health is clearly a big thing, and it is Mental Health Month, so I didn't even think about that when I heard it. But I don't think either one of them were being facetious when they said it, but they are both battling for Potter of the Month. And Ish, like I said, since he's so jovial again, he is in Battle of the Month or Potter of the Month again. But Melissa, shout out to her. She's been speaking more, although I kicked her back in again because of that Patreon, and I felt like she was a little long-winded. I would rather her speak too much than not at all. I would rather her get her shit off than get dogpiled. So I'll have to take a pod like yesterday in order to receive a pod like today. Because initially when I heard what she was saying about the Ananda situation, I was like, man, that's selfish. Why can't Ananda do what she wanted to do? Like she eventually did, may she rest in peace. All the condolences in the world. But she had points. Her son's only 14. Did you do everything possible to make sure that he was set up? And did you think about the adverse effects it would have of him not having his mom in his formative years? And you could have, according to y'all, I don't have breast. I know men can get breast cancer, but I haven't studied it to the length that a woman has, especially at our age. But according to them, Mark said it too, you could have had both your breasts removed and you could have gotten rid of the cancer that way. So it was selfish of her to think like that, is what Mel was saying. And initially I heard, I was like, man, that's crazy that she's saying that, but this is a deeper conversation that you got to look at both sides. Yeah, I don't want to do this, but is that selfish? Or could the son have a vindictive mindset going forward because he lost his mom under the terms of she could have still been here, but she was selfish? I don't know. That's not a decision that I have to make, but that is a hard conversation. And I need to get over the fact that I don't want to hear this and actually listen to what it is that people are saying, because Mark Lamont Hill is someone that I wouldn't have paid attention to prior to him being on the JBP. And that's clear, because every time I speak on him, people that have been following him let me know this is nothing new, or you're wrong in this aspect, so on and so forth. So it's like I need to open up and start listening to conversations that I normally don't want to pay attention to. And we also have to adjust to the fact that the JBP is going to be more educational and funny and political and just a whole bunch of things that it never was once known as. So we're just going through a plethora of shifts. Co-host shift, the cultural shift as far as what my show is going to be seen as going forward, the network shift because I'm adding shows. But I think this was a good step in the right direction. I'm curious to see if he is going to still add other co-hosts. I know that was speculative. I know he never spoke on it. But there was a point in time where he was having all these guest appearances. And there is a high contention that Mona is going to join the pod. But I do want to know if he's going to keep rotating co-hosts or if he's trying to find the best fit, or just, I don't know. I am looking forward to it, though. I'm also seeing that Ian and Mark show is on YouTube again. Second episode back to back. He's trying to make that show a thing. It's trying to become a staple on the JBN. And I saw the reception. It's pretty positive. Think they're going in the right direction. But I think it's dope that everybody's starting to open up more. I think people are starting to delve more into their personal lives. I still haven't gotten over Mel talking about her miscarriage. And I saw some of the comments yesterday on that video saying, why would she open up when the guys in the room aren't mature? Well, Flip, on that episode, had a mature side that I haven't seen in him ever. And he's been trying to show it more and more and more, but yesterday is when it showed the most. That's why Melissa was able to get her shit off, because Flip kept telling everybody, stop cutting everybody off. And he did it multiple times throughout that episode. So I'm absolutely looking forward to the growth of the pod and the direction of the pod and the future of the pod, because it's not just going to be the pod. We might see there might be so many different variations of the co-hosts together that we might see different variations of the pod. Might come out with another day. He keeps talking about having a daily show. Why couldn't he have a daily variation of the JBP? Be like a talk show, but it would be different co-hosts every time. And he's trying to get us acclimated with all of them at once, which is why he had them all on at once. So at some point he could branch them off, and then on Mondays and Tuesdays, Mark-ish Flipper here, and then Wednesdays and Thursdays I have Ice Parks, so on and so forth. And he's added more people to be able to do that, but I'm not mad at the overall episode. Topics could have been better. Other than that, the chemistry was great. I hope it continues going in this direction, and I hope y'all continue to turn out for the videos, even if there's nothing negative in the videos, because a lot of people say that I speak negatively on the co-host a lot. I wouldn't if I could speak positively and y'all still came back just to hear what was being said. If we could do like a recap on an episode, if it's another episode like today where there's no drama attached, then y'all show me by showing the views. But I appreciate y'all as always. Like the video if you like the video. Subscribe to the page if you haven't. If you have, you already know what it is. I'll see y'all tomorrow, man. I'm trying to still get over this sickness, so I apologize for not continuing the 2 videos a day, but we're going to get back to it as soon as I get over this cold. Stupid cold. I appreciate y'all as always. Y'all be safe. Peace.